God was giving me that number 7, but he was letting me know when it's good, when I see that it is fit and good, then that is when you will get your son back. And I'm like, you know, yeah. So thank you, God, for that. Okay, so after I dropped him off at this place, you know, again, I made sure somebody was in the building. I just, you know, I wanted him to be safe. And when I left him there, I felt good about it. You know, God gave me this peace, this comfort in the thing that I did. And because I felt he is safe now. Now, this was like 10:30 at night. The next day, I was arrested. Okay, I was arrested for child endangerment with the intent to return. Okay, so within my charge, it says with the intent to return. My son is being returned back into my care. So this was me doing all of these things, being intentional, you know, acting as if my son is here, because God said, even within my charge, the intent to return. So my faith with works is showing God, hey, I believe this. Now, within my arrest, you know, I did not expect to go to jail. I was like, what? And even when I was arrested, people were like, you know, the people who arrested me, and even when I went to jail, and even just explaining my situation, they were like, wow, that's so silly. Like, your charge is really silly. Like, you have this felony because you were trying to do the right thing for your child. Okay. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know, because honestly, I know that God had reasons behind this. So I guess I never really understand the full reasons, but when I went to jail, I looked at it as, okay, God, you know, it was uncomfortable where I was, in the situation that I was in, but I see that you have provided clothing. You've provided, you know, a bed for me. You've provided shower system for me. Like, you provided food for me. That's how I went to jail thinking, you know, I don't have to figure this out. I don't have to try to figure these things out. You've already provided it for me. So that's kind of how I went into the situation. When they told me, you know, hey, we got to arrest you. I know it sounds silly, but I was just like, okay, I mean, this is God's will. It's weird. It feels odd, but, you know, God knows what his plans are. And so when I went to jail, you know, I was able to get that time that I was needing to figure things out. As I told my son, you know, like, give me 7 days to just kind of figure things out. God let me know pretty much my reasoning for being in jail. So there was things that I was connected to, and I'm talking about generational curses. Okay, these cycles and curses literally that just keep cycling through, and it goes from generation to generation. And God was pretty much letting me know, you know, hey, you have like an individual in your family who has evaded jail. You know, she was supposed to be arrested, but instead of just accepting, hey, I did this, she evaded arrest and went to another state and has, you know, started living life. Okay. Now, with these generational curses and cycles, they just they go to someone else. You know, they have to be completed. Someone's gonna have to pay for that karma, okay? If I didn't clear that out, it could have came from my son in some way, you know, or anyone else, you know, within my bloodline. So God was like, look, I need you to clear this out. I need this to be removed, and this is why you're here. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. That makes sense. But within that, my son needed to experience something to clear out karma or generational cycles that I went through as I was younger and growing up. Now, this is so because, you know, I was pregnant with my son as I was holding all of this energy. It was never released. Like I said in previous videos, I've been clearing and freeing things from 20 years plus. Okay, so my son, he's 11. So when I had him, when he passed through my body, I was still holding on to these things energetically. And just like generational cycles, they have to repeat themselves, okay, unless they're broken. And, you know, my son and I, we have received salvation. And this salvation has to show up in our lives, okay? We've been rebaptized the proper way, the correct way. And now we've received salvation. So God is like, I have to clear all of this out. All of these things have to be cleared out so that you guys don't have to experience this anymore. So that this stops right here at your bloodline.